So, thank you for having me.
Thanks for bringing your own stuff, because people are like, can you please bring an American flag? And I'm like, no.
Well, I actually just don't want the blood to drip on your clothes.
Welcome to another episode of Made Up. I'm your host, Danny Volk, and we're here with Nisi DALY.
It's ANAIS.
Okay, should we do it again?
I don't care.
Oh.
I was just correcting you.
Oh, ANAIS DALY. But we called you Nisi.
That's fine.
We went to school together here at the University of Chicago, where Nisi got her MFA last year. Now she is teaching at the School of the Art Institute and here at the University of Chicago with the MFA Teaching Fellowship and exhibiting a bunch. You have a space in New York that you're...
No.
No. Fingers crossed.
So Danny, are you ready to get made up?
Yes.
Okay, all right. To start out, maybe we'll take a shot?
A shot of whiskey. Okay.
All right.
I didn't come prepared for this.
We're gonna start with that. Right here, from what I understand, you have class later?
I do.
So this will be good for your class, right?
It's an acting class, kind of. It's improv.
This will just loosen up your bones, loosen up your muscles a little bit. It's a little lubrication, if you will.
Well poured, look at that.
Is that all right?
You do bartending, right?
Little bartending in my past, yeah.
All right.
Let's put that over there, out of the way, huh? All right, cheers.
Cheers.
To Made Up with Danny Volk.
Thanks for being here, Nisi. Thanks for letting us in your classroom.
Loving it. Oh boy, that wasn't a good idea.
Tell me about your classes.
Well, being a professor at the University of Chicago is, has its ups and downs. It's been really interesting. I mean, okay, it's been really interesting. It's been really, really educational for me. My students are amazing. At least one class is really amazing. They do tenfold.
Which class is it?
I'm not going to say which one. They probably know. But I love them all, and they're all really, really great. Both classes are really amazing. I think, there's this daunting feeling about being on fellowship here where, it's like this one-time thing, and it's going by so quickly. I'm already halfway through, and I really, really like teaching here.
What kind of work are your students doing?
Oh, my students. Well, I don't know if I'd actually say they're doing work. They're doing labor. I make them do labor. They're going to clean the classroom soon. So this is my classroom at the University of Chicago. So I have two classes in here. I think I'm the only one that teaches in here, which is great because then I can kind of trash it. I can not clean in between classes,
right? Not
disturb anyone, and also just leave everything up. It's like the students. It's like, what do we care about? Is like a big thing that comes up in here because when we critique, it's like, where do we put stuff? Because there's crap everywhere, and do you care enough to clean it all? They really like being challenged, which I actually really like, but at the same time, it's like, I don't always want to tell them what to do. So I really want to find out what people are passionate about. So I've been pushing people quite a lot on, just like making them redo projects. Being like, you don't care about what you just made, so why should I? So, so go home and do it again unless you want a good grade. And it's very difficult. You're grappling with these kids that really care about their grades, and it's really interesting. But at the same time, then it's like I get lost sometimes. I forget about the plan and the agenda and the pedagogy, and so then I forget, and we all have fun. And that's and then I get home and I'm like, Nisi, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and but I mean, and I thought I'd have trouble learning their names. I feel like I'm friends with them already, which I know I'm supposed to maintain the boundaries. But they're great. They're really, really great. I've had 3 students tell me, oh, I really wanted to study art, but my parents are making me study, making me study economics, and I'm like, wow, okay, what do I do? It's like this pressure. Like, so we can do some math. I mean, that's all right. I have a little bit of money. We could play poker or dice or something, I guess.
But I want to just briefly talk about your interest in collaboration. Can you be a little talk about that?
I don't know if I'd use the word collaboration. I hate collaboration. I hate people touching my stuff. Because Well, I collaborated on the symposium with Nick Bastis, you know, it was really interesting. You know, remember the
Talk a little bit about that.
Symposium at Dorchester Project last year? It was called Final Form, and final form being, you know, this sort of moment of, like, when is something finished? Like, when do we, I don't just mean like, when is the painting done? But like, if we're living in a world kind of where, like, you know, we're analyzing the document and the document becomes this thing that we're addressing, then when is it done and when is it finished, and what does administrative work have to do with it, and, you know, how does all of the kind of moments up until tie into the actual event? Like, what about the becoming and all of this sort of, yeah, work and stuff and objects, and the whole thing was amazing, but it took time now to like look back at it and come to a place where I can be like, well, you know what, it was about the host and the participant and all the paperwork leading up to it and all the engagement with all of the grants and money and effort and why people were there, and how do you incorporate all of that. Maybe that's where passion is now for me a little bit. You know, these these moments, these events, these coming togethers, these, like, all the work that goes into it, all the, you know, what is building consensus, what is, but I think in all of that, like, you have to somehow let go somewhere, I think, but I never seem to do. I always think I'm quite controlling. Maybe that's just my insecurity.
So how much control do you have over these shows that are coming up?
Interesting. Well, none really. I mean, yeah, I have a lot. So that's actually kind of what the next show, for me, a little bit is about. I haven't really talked to the curator that much about this, but showing with 4 other guys, and so there really is that, like, this sort of like perspective. Where's my perspective in the whole thing? Kind of going on about it. Like, so the show's actually all set up around one spot in the room. For me, my part of it. So you have to be in that one spot in order to experience my work. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe that is you know, in response to like how much control will you let me have. And is taking control a bad thing necessarily? I don't know. The other one, so then I've got another one, I think, you know, I don't have the date in front of me, I think it's on May 27th in Atlanta, Georgia, which is this place called Capsule. And it's with this guy, Richie Bearden, who's really awesome. Had asked me to take part in that show. You know, and then I got some other things going on. I got some secret things going on I can't yet talk about.
Secret things, okay.
Secret things.
Well, we're going to put links below this video to the public things, and when the secret things become less secretive, we'll post those too.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds great.
Nisi, what the hell did you do to me? Nisi, thank you for this thing.
Anytime.
I had some white. Oh, was there going to be white hair?
Yeah, there was. I'm not gonna do it to you though, because you have class.
I know. That's nice to do.
He's gonna make me go on camera, right?
Nisi, thank you so much for letting us in your classroom. We had a great time. And we'll post all of your listings underneath this video.
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah. Best of luck and everything. Until next time, this is Danny Volk with Made Up. Adios.
Bye.
So now we fake chat.